Hi everybody. How are you today? I am a little hyper. I'm a little hyper. Okay, I'm a lot hyper. I have had so much computer technical difficulty today that I'm hyper. And can anybody relate? Like when things aren't working and the camera won't get hooked up and oh my gosh, my camera, I don't know. I'm hyper. So, I'm still doing this video though. I came on live. That was my plan. Not doing a dip recipe today, not doing a recipe out of the cookbook, which I really, really, really want to get back to doing that. But my life in the last few weeks has been not bad, just very, very busy and doing the recipes out of the Betty Crocker 1969 cookbook. First edition, by the way, is just something to do for fun. And not that these take a lot of time, but just have not had the opportunity to do them. So I still have three to do. I still have three dips to do. And for those of you that don't know this or have never tuned into any of my, not that I have a lot of videos, but to any of them or know what I'm doing, I, for almost my whole life, wanted to cook an entire cookbook. I chose Betty Crocker for the reasons, there's a bunch, but I just love it. I was born in 1969. And this is the one I'm doing. And the first chapter or the first category is appetizers. And the first segment of appetizers is dips. So I've made it all the way through where there's only three remaining. But what I want to do at the end of each segment of each category, so again, we're in appetizers, is to kind of recap, like, what is your favorite? What was my favorite? What do you guys have for tips? What have you done with different recipes? I think it would be kind of fun. So I did not plan on doing this until I was done because I still have Santa Fe bean dip to do, hot clam dip, and hot bacon bean dip to do. But I have not. But I want to recap on some of the ones I have done. Go back to the beginning. And if you have done any of these, let me know. And what is your favorite Betty Crocker dip? There are a lot. So whether it's the original 1950 cookbook, this one, the versions of this one, the 79, and all the way up until the new healthy, ones or whatever. There's so many Betty Crocker cookbooks now. Okay, it looks like I have a robe on, but I don't. This is a sweater. I'm realizing it really looks like a robe on camera. All right, so the Cape Cod dip, that's the first one in this book. The first one. I don't know. It was, to me, kind of like a French onion dip with clams in it. I'm not a big clam fan, so I was like, wasn't terrible, but I probably will never make it again unless I'm going to a party and people that I know there are gonna just love clams. Then maybe the Harlequin dip. Oh my gosh, I love that one. It was flavorful. I love black olives. If you love black olives, give that one a try. Everything just came together in it, and I usually do dips a day ahead. I know it will tell you suggestions of at this one, the Harlequin, refrigerate at least an hour ahead. Yeah, you definitely want to do them ahead, if not the day ahead, for several reasons. Number one, I just think the flavors all come together. It'll be a nice cold dip, and it's just out of the way. So if you can have it done, it's like what's one less thing that you have to do for the next day, especially if you're taking it somewhere where you have people coming over. Have it done ahead. So definitely huge thumbs up to that one. Artichokes with the onion dip. I don't know. I struggled finding frozen artichokes, and then once I did, they're expensive. So, and honestly, I mean, it was okay, but like, I would honestly rather have artichokes like already mixed into the dip. So that was a meh on that one. The peppered cheddar dip. I thought that one was really good. That one, if you enjoy green peppers, that one, that one was just really, really. I think even if you didn't, well, no, I would say you're gonna kind of want to enjoy green peppers because they were throughout. But that one was really good. The nippy blue cheese. I am a huge cheese lover in general, and I love blue cheese. So for me, that one was really, really good. I had to like pace myself. I have been sharing these dips with several people, but I had to pace myself because it was like I could eat that whole thing. I could eat that whole container. So I had to spread it out, all in moderation and portions. Dilled shrimp dip. That one, I like that one too. If you like shrimp and you like dill, I love dill. That one was very delicious. The Dipsy Devil. Trying to remember that one. Oh, Dipsy Devil. That was the one with the little can of the deviled ham. That one was fun. That one I actually enjoyed quite a bit. It was I'd never had a dip like that, or if I have, I sure can't remember. That one was I thought that was really really yummy. I did end up going back and buying a little can of like I think it was called deviled chicken. I don't know. I'm gonna try to do something with it. Has anybody ever used deviled chicken? I swear that's what it was. Or what else would you use that little deviled ham for? I only used half the can. I froze the other half like in a Ziploc. Maybe to make this again because I do remember thinking it was good. Uh, yeah. So there was that the dried beef dip, which again I'd never bought. Like I've never made any of these so far in my entire life. So that part's fun. But the dried beef dip, I loved it. It was so good. That was fun finding and looking for a product I'd never bought before, yet it is right in the section by tuna, which I will buy that, or like canned chicken. That one was delicious. California onion slim dip. I don't know. If I'm gonna have a dip, I'm just gonna go for it. Maybe just not eat as much. Um, the fruit and cheese dip. Trying to remember that one. You know what? Here's my opinion on that. And we all have different opinions and flavors and what we like. I like to just eat my fruit plain. I don't want a dip on it unless it's caramel on an apple. Is that even a dip? Yeah, it can be. You could have a hot caramel going, but I just don't like it. And even other dips that I've tried probably over the years, which hasn't been many, even if it was not a healthy version. This was the healthy. This was the slim mock sour cream dip. What did it say in here? I don't know. One of them was like for the dieters or the ladies or whatever. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I had it once. I'm glad I tried it, but I would personally not want to eat that one again. I just like my fruit without a dip on it, unless it's caramel, like I said. Polynesian shrimp dip. Oh boy, where do I begin with that one? Now, by the way, Betty Crocker's website, if you've never been on it, by the way, I don't work for Betty Crocker. Like I have nothing to do with Betty Crocker. I'm not being paid. This is just like something I wanted to do my entire life. Just had no idea that I'd be doing it on YouTube. That's just still a shock to me, but yet I'm doing it. Um, her website, her or the company, Betty Crocker, the website is awesome. It's super easy to navigate and you can find everything on there. I've not been able to find all these retro vintage recipes, but the Polynesian shrimp dip, that one is on there and you can see a picture of what the pineapple with the shrimp and the olives and then the pineapple chunks go around. It looks pretty. And then you put the dip in the middle or in the center if you've scooped all that pineapple out and you put the top back on. Well, I had made that and then we didn't eat it the first night. Again, I wanted to let it set. I contemplated letting my son take it to a football event. He didn't take it. Still don't know why. So then it was just a few days later we brought it out and it was his birthday around that time. So we had it out and it was terrible. It looks so cool. That's my opinion. I don't even know if I did it wrong. Like I did it right. I don't like the flavor of the shrimp with the olive. I love shrimp and olive. I didn't even like those two together in my mouth. And then the dip was just really plain and it's cold. It's like sour cream and the curry powder, which I love those two things. Just did not like the flavors. It was so bad. And this is gonna be really bad for me to do this. It was so bad I spit it out. Like I couldn't. I'm like, I can't. I tried, I was gagging, and I'm like, I can't do it. So that's my opinion on that was down the tubes. Yeah. Anybody have anything to say about that? Please let me know. Looks great on a table. Um, flavor, the flavors did not go well for me at all. Okay, and then the last two that I did, these are all in order. I'm doing this whole book in order. Was the guacamole, which I have made a lot of versions of guacamole, but I had never made it quite like this, and I really liked it. I was at my boyfriend's that weekend, or that day, and we made it. I think we ate the whole thing. In fact, I'm pretty sure we did. It was just so good and like just it was delicious. So it's really fun to try like different versions of guac if you love guacamole the way our family does. But this one was very chunky and lots of I like the peppers in there. I've usually put peppers in mine, but this one was just like really, really packed with the pepper. It was so good. I'm totally gonna make that combination and those ingredient measurements exactly like this again. I would just make more of it. That would be my suggestion if you love it. The lobster fondue dip. Okay, that's the last one on page 14. Um, I couldn't find lobster. Okay, so I live in Wisconsin, and yes, I only went to two stores, but so what? I went to one that's a large store. They just didn't have it. I couldn't find it frozen. Back in the day, I guess it was canned. Is it still canned? Maybe, but here we just don't have it other than if it's holiday. So you will see it around like Christmas, New Year's. Um, I don't mind lobster. It's not like I'm a huge lobster lover, so it's like I haven't shopped for it a bunch year round. Anyway, couldn't find it, and then my suggestion in my mind, and then my suggestion in the video that I gave is I just bought tiny shrimp, like tiny frozen shrimp. I could have gotten canned. I don't know why I didn't. It was a long day. That was a long day too, and so I did it with the shrimp. Okay, I am. I'm just gonna say it. I'm not a fan of Velveeta. I grew up on that. Um, I don't know, like I like cheese. Like I want my cheese to be real and I know I'm gonna have to use it in other things in here, but I just something wasn't right. Is it because I'm not a fan of Velveeta? I'm sorry, Velveeta. So, I'm sorry. I know a lot of people love it. It needed I couldn't find sharp. I couldn't find sharp Velveeta. I know that would made a big difference in this recipe. I even like had bought some shredded sharp to try to like get that bite. Like I like that sharp bite. And I think in a fondue in the way this would go with like the crackers and stuff. We used like rye crackers and bagel crisps. It just would have been a lot better, I think, with like I get it, Velveeta, it melts. But I would have just rather had it like a different way, like with a different cheese that would have melted better and then like more flavor and this it would have felt more real to me too. But anyway, it is what it is. So I loved using my fondue, the chafing dish. I love doing that, but otherwise, all right. So I'd say my favorites were the guacamole for sure, the harlequin, and probably the dried beef dip. Although, man, I love that dipsy devil. That was good too. Ooh, if you love horseradish, you would love the dried beef dip. I forgot to say that. If you love horseradish, and I had a little sinus thing going on, and it just cleared it right up. I was like, I should probably just make that again when I'm not feeling the best. Although, I guess dairy, if you're stuffed up, doesn't go together. But the horseradish, I don't know, maybe it counteracted because I did feel better. Okay, so that is it. Does anybody I don't think anybody's on right now, but if somebody watches this video, um yeah, I do plan on getting back on these last three dips so I can get going because even though I'm 48, my goal in life is to live to be 100. It could take the rest of my life to make every single recipe. So I got to keep moving it with it whenever I can. Um, and the dips, I'll end up doing those three dips all in one day, just separate videos. And then we're going to be moving on to the canapes, which I'm so excited about that. I've never made those. I've never in my life. I've been at parties where they had them. I think that's going to be super fun. Super fun. Cheese balls, buns, fruit cups. I'm just looking ahead at some of these things. More shrimp cocktail. What is that? I got a lot to do. Don't like to look too far ahead, then I get overwhelmed. After this is beverages. Well, won't that be interesting? So there's a lot to do in there. But just out of curiosity, if you are following along or if you have the cookbook, what has been your favorite, like your favorite dip so far, or just in general? Maybe it's not even a Betty Crocker. I'm trying to keep it Betty Crocker, but um, and I'm sure between when Betty Crocker started to now, there's probably every dip. Like I'm sure there's a Betty Crocker version of it. So out of curiosity, what is your favorite? What are your favorite dips? If you have a recipe to share, a link, you can put that all in the comments. If you guys want to subscribe, that would be awesome. Share this, follow along. I actually feel bad that the last couple weeks I've like completely not done any video. My channel is also about I do product reviews for health and wellness products because that it has been my profession my entire life. So I'm still doing that. I'm not really in it so much anymore. I've ventured off into something totally not health and wellness related at all. But I still like to do product reviews. And if you have a product, I would um, any type of small sample you would have. Maybe it's something you've invented. Maybe it's a company you work for. And then what I do is I link you as the whatever you want to call it, the stylist, the consultant, the affiliate, whatever it is. The only company that I am like linked to in a sense, like where I could get like referral kickback, anything like just cat like money to use towards another product is with the CBD oil that I use, which is that's a whole nother story. And I did a kind of a like a I guess you call it a testimonial. Um, Not because somebody told me to. I wanted to share that story, and I plan on doing more episodes of that because it has changed my life. Like it's completely changed my life, and that's just my experience on it. So there is a link. That is the other part of what my show is about. Like very little, but it will be there once in a while because it might. I mean, I just can't hide that, and so I have my link, and if somebody goes through my link, I get like a referral kickback. I compare it to a fitness center. Like, let's say I belong to a fitness center and I get a friend to join, and maybe I get a free month. That's kind of how I look at the company I joined with. But first and foremost, it was quality, where it came from, price, uh, and the money back guarantee. It was a lot of those things, and then last was that I liked it because compared to a few others that were similar, this was a company that there was like kickback. There was a little kickback. So I don't really go out of my way to promote it or anything. It's just I'm sharing my story 100% to help someone. I mean, I'm in that field. I've been in that type of field my entire life. So, and that's why I'm doing the Betty Crocker on YouTube. I could just be doing these on my own, but I thought I've always liked helping people. I like the human connection. Not that Facebook or YouTube is a human connection, but it's a connection in some ways to meet people and have a connection with people I don't live around. And then maybe you'll learn how to have fun. Um, get your kids involved, neighbors, whatever it is. Back in an era when that stuff happened a lot more, and just learn how to cook because even though I've done a lot of it, I've done a lot of cooking. There's so much I have not done. And so if I even help like one person like overcome that where you just jump in and you don't know until you try. I'm gonna mess up. I'm gonna mess up huge, I'm sure. I don't know. Look at me. I'm being negative right now, but I'm just being honest. Like it's gonna happen. Um, I've not done a lot of breads. I've not done a lot of like desserts and that in my life. So I'm gonna screw up, and you're gonna see it because I'm doing these all live. I plan to. I hope to. I hope I don't have more technical difficulties. So that is where I am at with that. I wanted to give you an update and see what you guys thought. What's your favorites? What's your favorite dips? That is it for now. Hope to see you soon because that means I'm doing my next recipes. And subscribe. I know why do I keep saying Facebook? Um, I know on YouTube if you click the little bell, then you get notifications. So you'll know I did another video. But my goal each week is to do anywhere between 3 to 5, and then keep going. Because if you have this book, grab it. It's the first edition. What I suggest if you don't, thrift stores, eBay. I got mine because I didn't have the family original one. It was $10, and that was including shipping. So, um, it's not hard to find, or I usually give you the list. Like, here's the list of what you'll need. So you might not be able to do it live, but you could still go grab those things if you watch the first part of the video and then get those ingredients. So that way, even if you don't have the book, I'm still trying to make it possible for you to follow along. And not all these recipes are on the Betty Crocker website. I really wish they were. I actually really do. Maybe I don't know why. Maybe because then I wouldn't need to buy the book. I don't know. But they're not all on there. But there are a ton. Also on the website, you can click a little heart button and it saves. So you can start like saving all your recipes. And I like that. I like that feature. It's just like it keeps it organized. And then let's say you hated it. I want to try this, but I hate it. You can like delete it too. But anyway, give it a chance, you guys. Give it a chance. And that is it. I will see you next time. All right. I'm officially leaving this time. Bye bye.